Somebody or something somewhere planted the seed of BS under your hair. Got you expecting things that's simply no fair. To go and make it happen, you simply don't care. You bodyguarding yourself from your own success. Delusional, don't see how you causing your own distress. Get rid of that blindfold to see the beauty within. Appreciate the fact that it's within your duty to win. Let's go.
Bitch, you want all this pimping you can't afford. Perform like a punk, but wanna win his reward. Some suckers give you points, but bitch, you never scored. If you ain't paying pimping, then bitch, you getting ignored. Okay. I'm so sick of these.
Hey man, one of the sweetest tastes that I've ever had on my taste buds is the taste of victory. It's a beautiful thing when you just got a taste in your mouth of victory, because it moves you a certain type of way. It influences you. It activates you, it sparks you up and inspires you in a certain type of way when you got a taste in your mouth of victory, man. You know, it's just a beautiful thing. And when you got a taste in your mouth of victory, obviously you want to win. You want to succeed, you want to thrive. And when you have these things on your mind and in your heart and burning in your soul, you think about everything that it's going to take in order to be victorious. You think about what's going to have to factor in to that. What is required of you in order to make this happen? Because when you got a taste for victory, you understand that it's something that you have to make happen. It's not something that you could just sit back and let happen. You know, you can't just sit back and take your hands off the steering wheel and the car just gonna automatically take you down the road to the destination of success. You know what I mean? Avoid all the potholes, do all the right turns and everything, and you just end up at success. It does not work like that. It's something that you have to be proactive about, not reactive. You got to make it happen. You can't let it happen, right? This is the beautiful thing about having that taste of victory in your mouth. Now, that's the difference between having a taste of victory in your mouth and just having a feeling that you deserve victory, like you have expectations. You just expect to be victorious because you're you. There's nothing special about you. There's nothing that distinguishes you from the other yous in the game, the other people in the game. There's nothing that you have done in order to distinguish yourself and separate yourself. There's no work that you put in. You just feel a certain type of way about yourself that just because you're you, you deserve everything and you just expect it to just fall in your lap. And a big part of the reason for that is because you've had certain instances where things fall in your lap and it's created these expectations in your mind that more things should just fall in your lap. But think about the things that have fallen in your lap and where they fell from. A lot of times it'd be thirsty dudes. You know, when you a female in the game, it's a lot of thirsty guys in the game with their cape out. You know what I mean? Captain Save a Hoe. And they swooping down to a broad's rescue. And a broad don't have to do anything to deserve that or, you know, make that happen. All she got to do is be a female in the game, damsel in distress. And a lot of these dudes is going to pull their cape out, swoop to a broad's rescue, man. But that's nothing big. Anything that falls in your lap, anything that you don't have to work for, 9 times out of 10, it's not something big. When you want something big to happen, you got to make it happen. And see, a lot of chicks, they just don't understand their power, man. A lot of chicks don't know how to be fly. They just do a lot of things contrary to being victorious because they don't have that taste of victory in their mouth. So they do a lot of things to be this contrary to being victorious. You know, and a big part of the reason for that is because they mess with a lot of dudes that do things that's contrary to being victorious. You know what I mean? See, when you are a female in the game, you know one of your greatest weapons, one of your greatest tools is your marketability. And a real pimp understands this too. But you got a lot of females in the game that's messing with dudes, that's everything but a pimp. Gangbangers and strangers, y'all already know. So when they messing with these types of dudes, they do things like immediately ruin their marketability. Putting tattoos on their face, putting big old tattoos of the hood that they folks is from that they gonna leave 2 weeks from now. They putting this hood all right here. They putting this hood all up and down their leg and on their face and everything. You know what I mean? Tattoos. Okay, cool. But don't get the type of tattoos that you just ruin your marketability when you putting them all over your face. You dig? And then on top of that, you know, a lot of these dudes don't take baths. Their hygiene is terrible, you know. So they you know, these females messing with these type of dudes, a lot of them is coming from households and situations growing up where nobody taught them how to properly take care of themselves. So when they come across a dude in the game that's like that, they just perpetuate that same behavior. See, a real pimp, if he come across a chick that don't know no better, he gonna tighten her up in them areas. You dig? Or help assist her in tightening herself up in them areas. But a lot of these dudes that ain't tighten them areas they self, you know, the chick ain't gonna get tightened up either. You dig? So it's just a whole lot of unfly stuff. And like I said, a lot of chicks, they get in the game expecting to be successful, but they inadvertently, unintentionally, just naturally being themselves, do a whole lot of things that hurt their chances to be successful. Hygiene be bad. You dig? A lot of chicks got musty armpits, funky vaginas, bad breath, stanky hair, dirty face, ashy booty. The list goes on, man. Dirty feet, funky feet. Hey, man, the list goes on. These are things that's contrary to success, and one indicator that lets you know that certain chicks are just wired to work against their own success is when they say things like, oh, I can go to the track looking like whatever and still make some money. Yeah, that's a situation where things is falling in your lap. But as I said before, only small things is going to fall in your lap. If you want big things, you got to line yourself up for that. And like I say, the smallest gesture speaks volumes about the character of an individual. So the small gesture of a chick thinking that she can go to the track looking like whatever speaks volumes about her concern for her hygiene and her health. A lot of chicks don't even know what the inside of a doctor's office or a clinic even look like. You know, a lot of chicks ain't never, you know, went and got no health checks. You know, they just, you know, and a female's anatomy is very complex. You dig? So that much more so for a female than a male, especially if you're in the game dealing with tricks every day. You got to stay getting checked up. And again, a lot of chicks mess with dudes who don't get checkups themselves, so they ain't never been got a checkup and don't care about a female getting a checkup. All they care about is her going outside and making herself available to get it. You dig? But chicks be having these expectations, and like I said, they don't have that taste in their mouth for victory. See, when you got a taste in your mouth for victory, you start to appreciate your weapons and tools that God blessed you with in order to make great things happen in this game. You dig? Hey, it's certain females that it's a shame, man. Like I said, bad hygiene, poor health, you know, appearances to interference, all of the above, but naturally they're just beautiful. Beautiful face, beautiful body, sexy walk, sexy voice. God just blessed them with certain things that they just don't even know how to use. So they abuse the shit and misuse the shit. You dig? But if you get into a mindset of appreciating the things that you have that can potentially get you some currency in the game, you're going to take care of those things. You dig? You're going to take care of your vaginal area. You're going to wash the crack of your behind. You dig? You're going to make sure that your breath is in your armpits and all that type of your scents are in order and that your body is clean. You dig? You're going to go to the clinic or to the doctor's office or whatever and get the health checks that you're supposed to have. You dig? So that you marketing the best of yourself that you possibly can market. The healthiest version of yourself and the best looking version of yourself and the most gamed up version of yourself. Because again, when you got a taste for victory, another thing that you're going to have taste for is this game. And you're going to understand that the game is going to separate you from the lane and have you with a higher aim, and you're going to make bigger things happen in this game than the average individual. You dig? It's so many things that a lot of females in the game was blessed with, and they don't even know how to use these things. Because if they was able to just use these things just one time and see how these tools and weapons enable them to get money in ways that they never have before, they will learn how to appreciate them things. They will go to the gym. They will eat healthy. They will read. You know what I mean? They'll soak up game from some pimping. They'll want to choose some pimping with some game, and they'll be turned off by guys in the game that don't have no game. You dig? Hey, but to the young ladies in the game, man, it's so many things that y'all have going on for yourselves that you don't even know how to recognize and appreciate, because you have these expectations and think that just because you a female and you make yourself available that you're going to have everything fall at your feet. But the game don't go like that. You dig? Appreciate the things that God blessed you with. Learn how to use those things to the best of your ability. Kim Kardashian is the greatest example of that. It's so much game to be learned from observing that young lady. It's ridiculous. You know, a lot of people think that she just a decent looking female that, you know, got by and got where she is just based on her looks. Nah, it's a whole lot of game involved. And a lot of people just don't pay attention. You dig? But learn how to utilize your weapons and tools that you was blessed with, because it's a big old bankroll with your name on it out there, but you're not doing the right things in order to go get it. You dig? I've said it before and I'm saying it again. The average chick in the game should be able to make $1 million in a year's time. That should be the equivalent of a running back rushing for 1,000 yards. Nothing special, but it's to be respected. That should be the standard for a hoe in the game. You should be able to make $1 million within a year like it ain't shit, especially understanding the economy and what's going on in the world and how much money is just floating around, just up for grabs, waiting for your goofy, silly ass to reach up there and grab it. The money is right here. And instead of reaching up there and grabbing it, you just sitting here, you know what I mean, twirling your hair and shit, expecting this money to just fall down in your lap. And it's right there. All you got to do is reach up there and grab the shit. You dig? Let that marinate on your mind one time. Freeze is it. And of course, put some of this beautiful love juice in your body, like so. Holla.
Now come and take a sip of this game. Pour it down your ear and let it drip to your brain so you can run it up, run it up. And we'll be coming up, really coming up. Take a sip of this game, let it saturate your brain. Taylor, make your homework so we can match it with my name. Then attach it to your frame, right? Now you game tight. You gon' check her back the same night. Now you breaking tricks and handling thousands, while these bitches on the blade doing the mannequin challenge. Standing there looking stupid cause they has no game to hit a trick with, bitch, and that's so lame. Now come and take a sip of